The 21st century, we are here. When I was in Partners in 1990, one of the activities toward the end of the entire class, at the end of the 8-month training, was to create a vision for the 21st century. And now we're in the 21st century. And so, of course, we always had the vision on out there. But the vision for the 21st century, I think, is that we know that just about anything is possible. I mean, it can be. But what's stopping us, from making it happen? The 21st century, with all the technology that we have today, assistive technology is so important. I mean, that would be one of the gifts of the 21st century. When my son was little, I mean, he couldn't write with a pencil, but he could learn to type his name on a computer when he was 4 years old. And so that enabled him to do lessons and learn and write and read, and we could read on the computer. And so assistive technology made a huge difference for him, and I mean the whole thing of the 21st century of opportunities. And so you think about the 21st century that was before the 21st century came. But assistive technology, I mean, that's one of the gifts of the 21st century, the assistive technology, and how it levels the playing field, and how it provides people with disability opportunities to learn and to grow and to have the same opportunities as other people, to have those same relationships and experiences. But Mark and I inadvertently, and again, a lot of parents do this, we inadvertently retarded Benjamin's growth and development because we did not get him the assistive technology that he needed. That, again, if I had to do it over again, I'd have had him in a power wheelchair when he was 18 to 24 months old so that he could explore and learn the way his sister did. But we were always discouraged by that from professionals who said, oh, no, he's got to learn how to walk, he's got to learn how to crawl, he's got to learn how to do this kind of stuff, instead of saying, no, get him the tools that he needs. And so, I think when we think about the assistive technology in the 21st century, to me they're sort of intertwined, that there are so many ways that we can provide people with the tools that they need. And I just see assistive technology as tools. And too many people think assistive technology is all about, for those people with disabilities. It's like every single one of us uses assistive technology. I mean, and not trying to do a commercial for Apple. It's just what I'm familiar with. So people have got a, iPhone 4S, which is perfectly fine. And the iPhone 5 comes out. Oh, they got to go get that one, They've got to go get the latest thing. People with disabilities are the most patient people in the world because we make them wait and wait and wait and wait. We make them wait to be included. We make them wait to be in a general ed classroom. We make them wait to get a job. We make them wait to go out. No, you can't go live on your own yet because you're still not ready. We make them wait for the assistive technology devices. No, because so-and-so won't pay for it, or we got to get, I mean, one of the silliest things is we're not going to let a person get this piece of technology because they haven't proven that they know how to use it. Well, how many of us go out and buy a brand new product that we don't know how to use? I mean, most people, when they buy a tablet, when they buy an iPhone, they don't know how to use it. And of course, you don't even get instruction books anymore. You have to go online and look for it, or figure it out yourself. And the story I like to share with people is to remember the bicycle. That whenever your parents bought you your first bicycle, did you know how to ride it? No, unless you borrowed your older brothers and sisters, right? But they bought you a bicycle because they presumed you were competent. They presumed you would learn. And we have to do the same thing with people with disabilities. And when thinking about, 21st century and technology, the technology is changing faster than we can keep up with it. I mean, between brand new apps that come out and brand new products, and now we have these tablets, and then we have smaller tablets. And the other day I saw something about there's a new watch that's coming out that has all this from Sony or somebody that has all these. I mean, we'll be wearing a computer on our hand. We'll forget the phones. We'll be talking like this or something. I don't know, implant a chip or something. I'm not quite sure what, but people with disabilities keep getting denied those things. And this is the 21st century. This is the age of technology. And so when we think about people with disabilities not having stuff, well, we can't get Medicaid to pay for it, or we can't get insurance to pay for it. And this is where I'm going to go back to the whole thing about natural supports and generic services, that then we have to look there. Our communities are far richer in sort of like mining our natural communities for all the riches that are there. And our communities have far more things, people, places, funding, money than the service system does. And so I think we think about 21st century, and again thinking about other topics that we've discussed about the service system and how things are going to be cut. So we think about technology as a big piece of the 21st century. So is the whole idea of natural supports and generic services, that Benjamin would not be doing what he is today if he did not have the assistive technology devices. And of course, with the internet and 21st century, I mean, and not that any digital community it's not the same as a real life community, but there are so many ways of connecting people. You think about 21st century, between technology and generic services and natural supports and all the options that are available to people, about self-employment for people with disabilities. I mean, people now, working remotely, working out of their homes, between a computer and a tablet and all the kinds of things that people could do there, that people can be employed in jobs that maybe they could not have, the jobs weren't even available all those years ago. But I think that the sky is the limit. Our son, our home is very, very accessible. Obviously for him, but if I live there long enough, I need to use a wheelchair. And so the thought has always been that Benjamin will move out on his own one day, and then Mark and I'll get old and live there or whatever. Well, Benjamin is thinking now, I really like this house. I mean, and we've kind of told him this, and so that he has our permission to think this way, that he really likes our house. It suits him perfectly. It is accessible. I mean, the reality is a lot of places are not going to be very accessible. And so Benjamin's thinking about what kind of career could he have that he could work remotely, and that Mark and I move out. So Benjamin takes over the house. It's got his lift system, has what he needs. Mark and I get an apartment. We won't need that big house. We don't. Kids are grown and stuff. Whenever Benjamin would leave, we would need a big house. I mean, he would need it more than we would. And so that's what's possible in the 21st century. I mean, 50 years ago that wouldn't have been possible, but it is possible today. And so I think that the sky is the limit, and we just have to, not, to use the old think out of the box, but we just need to expand our brains and to think, why not? Why not? Instead of asking, why me or why this? It's like, why not? Why can't we do this? I mean, that's a great question to ask and to see what's possible in the 21st century.